I'm making another Buddha bowl for lunch and it's looking so good. I just need to flip the vegetables and put them in for another 15 minutes and then it will be done. Now, getting some of the chickpeas, all tasting really yummy with their seasoning on the skillet. Gotta enjoy this while we can because we will not have a oven when we are actually in Taiwan, so I won't be able to make the Buddha bowls that we've pretty much been eating 2 to 3 times a week for the last few months. I'm gonna miss them, but there's gonna be a lot of really good vegan food that someone else can make for us really cheap just down the street when we go, so I might get spoiled off of nice vegan buffet instead. So the entire reason that we're having a Buddha bowl for lunch when we normally have them for dinner is because I'm nervous. I'm so nervous because there's only 2 days left. Two. I think that's 2 days left before we leave for Taiwan. And I'm happy and excited, but I get so nervous before we travel, anytime. Anytime we go travel, about 48 hours before we leave, without fail, I start becoming a deer in headlights. And Chip saw me this morning. He wakes up hours after I do and goes to bed hours after I do. So we kind of like have a shift where we have our own time during each day. But he woke up when I had been alone with my nerves for a few hours and he took one look at me. First words out of his mouth for the morning were, "Don't be nervous, gal pal." And I burst out laughing and I asked him if it was that obvious and he said it was. And so we're having a Buddha bowl because I'm nervous. And when I'm nervous, one of the things that for some reason calms me down is cutting vegetables. So we're having a Buddha bowl because I'm nervous and I was busy cutting vegetables. All done! Now we have the roasted chickpeas. We've got sweet potato, green pepper, asparagus, beautiful onions. I love trying to cook them long enough that they start caramelizing. And finally, the rice and hummus. And now I just need to mix it all together and make a delicious lunch. Oh gosh, guys, look who else is having lunch. Oh my goodness, Chips is here. That's who we call this little one, Chips, actually. So it's kind of a pun on Chips's name. Oh, but there he goes. Gosh, I'm gonna miss the chipmunks too. It's so fun to watch them. And done. Time to eat some delicious lunch. Well, outside on my back deck with the wind rustling through all of these leaves and the sounds of some really nice music playing from my neighbor's yard. Very relaxing. Oh. And I hear the tree creepers and the nuthatches starting to come in. Wow, what a place I live in. Michigan is trying very hard to get us ready for the rainy season in Taiwan. This is amazing. It has been like thunderstorming, big thunderstorms for the last several days, and the rain just came in so hard. It slammed into the side of the house, and I looked out the window and the squirrels were scattering from their usual feeding spot and dashing up into the trees. The sun is still out, but I mean, just look at that, guys. I really love the rain and I love how pretty it is here. And I'm really hoping that if we're going to go to Taiwan in the middle of the rainy season, it can be at least somewhat this pretty, that we're going to be in the city instead of here next to my beautiful ravine. But I think we'll still have a wonderful time. We should have our own very private little garden in our apartment too, a little patio garden. So hopefully between that and the rainy season, I wonder how different it's gonna smell compared to all the dirt here. I wonder if there's gonna be thunder. Oh my gosh, you guys, there's a rainbow in my backyard. There is an actual rainbow in my backyard right now. Oh my gosh. This is amazing! I know you can hardly see it. It's starting to fade a little bit, but you can just see the outline. I've got a rainbow in my backyard. That is the coolest thing ever. I've got to show Darling. If that was not the most magical thing ever, I don't know what was. Oh my gosh. I just had a rainbow in my backyard. Like, right where Chips and I sit all the time with chipmunks. It pretty much was landing on where we put the seeds for the chipmunks. I just looked out the window and the next thing you know, there was a rainbow in my backyard. And my heart is just so, it's just, it's happy, it's light, it's lifted, it's relieved. I don't even know how to describe what I'm feeling right now. My heart is so full of awe and wonder and silliness and laughter, and I can't believe I just had a rainbow show up in my backyard. And man, if you can't reset your day after having a rainbow just like almost land on top of you, oh man, that was awesome. That was awesome. And I got a picture of it. Oh my gosh, it wasn't just in my head. Oh, wow. I'm going to just playfully think of that as a good sign for our adventure, and that it's going to be okay to just step away from everything for a few days. Because wow. Hi, kitty kitty. That's a beautiful kitty, darling. Ozzy, how are you? It's good to see you. Oh, is that so? Is that so? Who's the handsome boy or girl? You know, we've never really checked, darling. Girl, maybe? Who knows, Ozzy? Nope, probably boy. Oh, you've got Ozzy business to do? Okay, it was really nice seeing you. I didn't expect to see you after all the rain we got today. Peonies! We finally found some peonies that are in bloom. Nearly everybody has the peonies in their gardens around here, but they're all the tight little buds like this still. And just a couple of them looked like they were gonna bloom, and this is the first one in our neighborhood that's actually blooming, and they're not even fully opened over here yet. There's another one over here. Look at that. Oh, they're so pretty. I'm so excited we got to see at least one peony bush in bloom, other than the tree peonies before we left. They're just gorgeous.
It could just as easily be a bunny statue.
No, I think that's a real bunny.
You think so?
Yeah, he just doesn't want us to eat him. So he's holding really still. Hello? Are you a real bunny? Oh, darling. It's a real bunny. Okay, we'll leave you be. Good job. Good job. Good predatory instincts, but we're vegans, so you're okay. I found some ginkgo biloba leaves, which are really beautiful. Ginkgos grow in abundance in this neighborhood. No, I dropped them, darling, I dropped them. But they grow in abundance here. And I know that ginkgos are some of the most popular plants to be able to make resin jewelry pendants out of. So I'm going to try pressing them and see if I can turn them into some really beautiful jewelry. But they're kind of big for that, so maybe I'll just practice pressing them first. Whoa! Look at this! Does it count as a fairy ring if it's an entire hill of mushrooms? That is so cool! They're working on the roots of that tree, huh? Meanwhile, our mushrooms have grown even more! Look at this! This is ridiculous! And something is clearly eating them and knocking them down, and then more mushrooms are growing. And I just have not caught anybody in the act of eating them, but all those other ones are already gone. Or maybe they just like decompose that fast? That's amazing. They must have some stellar growth rate. You guys, the very last poster just sold. Oh my gosh, that's gonna help out so much this summer. I am going to be able to just shove all of that into my savings and make sure that my mom and dad are taken care of, and then if anything happens while we're there, or if we want to do something special to be able to record, like, or I should say to be able to do something special, just Chips and I don't have to record it, but he did mention how there are some baby egrets that are in our local park, and oh gosh, and just maybe I can get some more watermelon smoothies and make sure that the birds are taken care of. Oh, thank goodness, now my bird babysitter will be able to be paid, which she could have been already, but oh my gosh, the poster's sold. The poster's sold, and they're having a very real and already measurable effect at just helping so many burdens roll off of my shoulders and so many concerns just disappear. And holy days, more than that financial aspect of it, it's just like, oh my gosh, $138 8 posters. 140 altogether. One's going to my mom and dad, and one's going to my good friend Ben. And 10 I had to remove because they had like little nicks and defects. And 2, well, 8 I had to remove for nicks and defects. 2, I misspelled my own name writing on the posters, and I had to remove as secret bloopers. What do they call those coins that are like misprints and then they become super popular? Well, I don't want to give somebody a misprint, but I have a couple of those hiding in my closet as well. Maybe I'd give them away as a goof gift to somebody one day. But 138 people helped out on that, and we'll be getting signed posters. They're actually right behind me. I am putting the last of the labels on, and they're in that box, and then you can see more of them, and there's another box hiding over the edge of the love sack over there. Oh, this is amazing. I'm just so happy. And there's going to be that many people who wanted to be touched by our community, who wanted something special like that. Something really special, something limited edition that will be theirs. And just for the ratio of our community, just there's a handful of other peoples in the whole world. There's posters over there going to Hong Kong, Ireland, New Zealand. There's several going to Australia. There's some that are going right down the street. Like every zoo crafter got a poster, and every time I saw that, I just burst into tears. Seeing that kind of support from the people I really consider my friends, even though I was so distracted, I wasn't able to focus on zoo crafting for so long. And if I just remember that friendship, then why would I ever let the external forces of people telling me what to do? And I'm rambling now because it's also moving in towards 1 in the morning. And I'm super emotional because I cannot believe that happened. I can't believe that worked. I was so nervous. I was so scared. Remember when I cried? You guys saw it. You saw when I sold my first poster, and I was crying because it was Chips who bought it, and I was so scared nobody would want them. And it wasn't like it would be an insult. I would just feel really awkward and like you know, confused, and like, but people have asked for it, and yet, you know, it would have been weird. And the opposite happened. I had such a small quantity the first time. I ordered more, and I will never have this exact thing again because they're limited edition, and now that they're gone, and I don't even know where my thoughts are going beyond so much gratitude. Oh my goodness, so much gratitude, just so much happiness and disbelief. Because by now you guys here on the vlog channel probably figured out that I've been working on growing a backbone and working on my self-confidence the last few years. One day I might be able to tell you some of the bumpier stories with happy endings that sculpted somebody who didn't really have a lot of confidence in her life. And we'll talk about that, but you can see it in my first videos. That's one of the things I love about my old videos and why I leave them there. You can see a very timid, very shy, very hesitant young woman grow into me now, here, getting ready to jump on a plane and go to Taiwan and point at menus that I can't even read the language of and confidently eat delicious vegan meals. Getting ready to go and possibly be elbow to elbow with other birders in the park where all the baby egrets are apparently walking around and being adorable near our home. In another country where I don't even speak the language. The confidence shift has been so huge, and that's from our community. And here I am, having been able to provide these posters, and people wanted them, and working every day to try to deepen a community of people that I talk to and ramble to and try to offer up what nuggets of life experience and wisdom I've cultivated too. So a few of you guys have been talking about how you've been thinking about wanting to do YouTube, and I want to be able to talk to you, and you know exactly who you are, directly when I have some time. But I can say right here that my immediate response was do it. And my response wasn't do it because of the finances. That's a lot of the direction you decide to take it, the production level you're able to put into it, mostly for mic and just making sure that like you don't have too much lag on your videos. And then mostly it's about being able just to cultivate your own confidence. That's a really powerful skill. I think that it's worth trying and it's worth doing, no matter how big your channel grows, or no matter how many views it gets, or if it becomes something that can turn into a hobby that pays for itself, and then maybe a part-time job, and then even a full-time job, and then maybe even your life career. No matter what level it becomes, the shy, terrified me, who would have said I was 100% introvert and I didn't want anything to do with people, and who spent 2.5 years in her parents' basement, like leaving the house maybe a max of 7 times in 2 years. No joke. It was a very dark, isolated, self-isolated period of my life. And here I am now. And that was because of YouTube. That's because of jumping in front of the camera, behind the microphone, and just showing up and creating and following my heart. When you find something you're really passionate about and throw yourself into it, and you just keep going no matter what tries to knock you down, and you eventually manage to find the footsteps to some personal degree of success with it, it will change your confidence forever. And it's amazing. And that's the thing I'm most grateful about with YouTube. And here I am, still kind of dragging my like, should I be feeling more like confused and humble and conflicted feet about having this many posters go out in the world? But tonight I'm just gonna let that kind of like hesitancy go and just be super thrilled and excited and blown away and happy. And I think this is awesome. I'm gonna think this is awesome, and I'm gonna let myself, just for tonight, just for tonight, I'm not sure if this is the right thing to do or not, because I'm always triple guessing like what proper humility with my job is, because I don't want to get overblown and all that stuff, like all puffed up on my own self and confidence. Self-confidence is a good thing to be puffed up on, actually. You know what I mean? Like full of an ego. That's the word. I don't want to be full of hot air and an ego. But tonight I'm just gonna feel really confident about the fact that that many people wanted to reach out to me and have something that I signed and touched, because somewhere in our 5,100 adventures we've done together, there was something that touched their heart or inspired them or made them happy. That's why they would do it, right? So tonight I'm going to be confident about somewhere in our adventures that many people found something that was that special to them. And that's awesome. But I'm rambling because I'm exhausted. I'm about to eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich and drink some almond milk. I've recorded an hour-long office tour, so my voice is like shot, and that's not so great because I was also going to try to do 3 more snail mails, which I think the birds would absolutely slay me for, because it is midnight and they want all the lights off now. Thank you very much. But we'll have to see how I feel. I'm gonna eat that and take a shower. Chips and I are going to finish labeling all of the posters and make sure that they leave early this next morning. I guess this morning, now that it's like moving into 12:30. And we've got a big day ahead. I'm actually going to start packing tonight, because why not? And gathering up a whole bunch of the stuff that can go into bags and can be ready to be packed up. A lot of the extra batteries, a lot of the gear, make sure my passport's all good to go. And maybe all the clothes except the stuff to wear for tomorrow. And tomorrow we're going back to the lunchroom. We're going to get our traditional travel, let's see, the tempeh, lettuce, tomato sandwiches, the TLT sandwiches. We're gonna get 2 each to take on the plane with us, and we're going to get our traditional pastry of our personal choice for eating on our big trip. And then we are going to test the remote hosting, or the remote access for our computers while we're at the lunchroom, to make sure that it works, because in case I forget anything on Peapod that I didn't back up on Lilypad, the laptop, I want to make sure that I can access them while we're in Taiwan. So we're going to do remote access setup for our computers. We're going to go pick up some stuff from Whole Foods, because I need my shampoo from Whole Foods. I forgot to get a new bottle of it, and I'm definitely going to need at least 1 bottle for all of summer. Yeah, with my hair. And then let's see, I think there's just a few other stray things like that. Making sure to pay my birdie babysitter. Gosh, like, I think that's about it though. We've done really good. I know I seem frantic and I was so nervous. I was anxiously chopping vegetables this morning, but we've really been on top of it. Chips and I are pretty organized. That's something that I really value deeply in my life, and something I feel like I want to give a little more thought to, because I always just have this nagging feeling in the back of my mind that if I was a little more organized with the way I handle my channel, then I think that things could get a little bit better, a little bit easier. We could figure something out. So I'm still looking for those books to read on the plane, by the way. I'm probably gonna pick up books on being organized and work-life balance, or life-work balance, we learned, on intuition. Desiree had some amazing things to say about intuition on Twitter. Thank you so much for your comments on that, Desiree. I thought that was fantastic. Gonna write that in my joy journal. I'm kind of a sucker for those kinds of like how to live life fully and deeply books that actually seem to do something, like 7 Habits of a Highly Effective Family by Stephen Covey, The Power of Now. Those things, like, they changed my life, and I think it's just about what tools you can pluck from them. Now I'm really rambling though, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go, because I am going to be packing and getting ready, and we're gonna be going to Taiwan, guys. Oh my gosh, not tomorrow. Well, kind of tomorrow because it's after midnight, but it's happening. It's really happening. So tomorrow's going to be a super busy day, getting ready to go. I'm so relieved that the reception of not having many, if any, videos up over the next week while I adjust to Taiwan has gone on well over on the main channel. Really pleased with the random generator thing. Oh, and I remembered the last thing I was going to tell you, and then I'll let you go and stop rambling, because there's no way I can edit out that rambling, or not the way I really want to. The very last thing I was going to tell you is today I had a package arrive at my sister's. I got my little niece a whole bunch of her school supplies. They're putting her back in a really awesome school near their home for her 2nd grade. She's been homeschooled for the last year, and due to just financial circumstances, my sister needs to be working a bit more, so they're going to be putting her back in school. It's a really good school. They're very excited. She's very excited. It's actually a school program that runs all year long except for like 2 weeks. But apparently, like, that's really popular and a lot of people really like it, and it probably would work really well for her. So when everyone else is getting out of school, she's starting school in June. And I, as the auntie, took the initiative to go ahead and buy her school supplies, including, and if she's watching right now, Bebop, cover her ears, but a Stacy's Play backpack. So I got her one of Stacy's backpacks, the one in green, because I kind of wanted one, especially when the green ones came out, but I have functional backpacks and couldn't justify it. So then my niece starting her 2nd grade, I was like, I can get away with that. So I got her a Stacy's Plays backpack, which hasn't gotten there just yet. I got her all of her 2nd grade supplies. Turns out you can buy those like in a kit on Amazon for 20 bucks. Awesome, awesome. Everything on the list that you need just there. I got her a like 1,800 sticker variety pack, and I thought that was really cool because, come on, stickers are like the cool kid currency when you're in elementary school. So now my niece gets to start being able to hand out stickers and be able to hopefully like open up friendships when you're little and shy, being able to go, do you want to see my cool poop stickers? Because apparently they did those like little poop emojis with smiley faces and different colors as one of the sticker packs. It was definitely a variety pack. She can hand those out to the other kids. That's how 2nd graders bond. It'll be awesome. And then I got her a joy journal. So her very own joy journal, which is rainbow kitty cats on the front. And I'm hoping it will encourage her to learn how to journal. It doesn't have to be a joy journal, just good practice for keeping track of your thoughts, and if nothing else, trying to practice your handwriting and remembering how to write your dates. So hopefully she'll enjoy that. And there's my sister messaging me again. She has been sending me so many happy messages and celebrating that we sold the last poster, just like little cheering emoji after cheering emoji wall. She's just awesome. She's just awesome. I love my family so much, guys, and this is gonna really help me make sure that they're taken care of. So I'm going to eat this sandwich, take a shower, stop rambling, edit today's vlog, and then I will see you guys tomorrow for another lunchroom date. And I don't even know what else we're supposed to be doing. This is where Chips gets to like I get to hand off the relay race. I've been doing my business, I've been doing my work, relay race handoff. He's gonna get us to Taiwan. I have no idea what's gonna happen. I just realized I think I left off the best part of the story of getting my niece a whole bunch of her school supplies. The whole point of telling you that story is that when it arrived at the house today and she opened up the package, she took out the hand sanitizer and almost burst into tears and looked up in the camera, because my sister recorded this whole little ordeal for me, and said, "It's like I'm getting fan mail from my very own auntie." And I just love that.